A while back, one of my friends and I were talking, and he's a very successful landscape photographer. And he told me, Justin, if you want to be successful with print sales, what you need to do is forget about selling to your friends and family and to the middle class and regular people, and just market toward CEOs, executives, celebrities, companies, and people with a lot of money. Now, he was absolutely correct. That is true. That is the best way to make money with print sales in today's market. However, I was thinking about that, and that's just not what I have in mind for my work. The reason I create my work is to bring sort of beauty, peace, joy, light into people's lives. Bring slices of the natural world into your home. And, I have a saying, fill your life with beauty. And my goal with this channel and with my artwork is to bring that beauty into as many people's lives as possible. And in order to do that, it has to be accessible. It has to be something that you can afford, something that you have space for, that doesn't, require all kinds of complicated expenses and compromises and stuff. And so what I wanted to do is come up with a print sale that would allow you to decorate a room in a realistic, normal house with 2 of my pieces of artwork, 2 of my prints, and they need to be able to fit into a normal room, be affordable, not require custom framing, and be easily frameable with no previous framing experience and with only supplies from a regular, typical art store that you would have in your town. So with all of those things in mind, this print sale is my first attempt to really package all that up into one thing. So these prints right here, this is Break. These prints are 16 by 20 inches. So as you can see, they are quite large, and they are printed, they're inkjet prints. They're printed with the help of my local lab on Epson 7890, professional fine art large format photo printers, and they are printed using the 8 ink Epson Ultrachrome inks, and they're printed on Fuji photo satin paper, 270 gram per square meter weight. And the idea here is I just wanted to bring you as much quality as possible at a really affordable price point that's easy to package up and put into your home. So these prints are going to be $125 for a set of 2, any 2 from the listing on my website, and that includes worldwide shipping. So that's your total out-of-pocket cost is $125. Now the prints are going to be shipped rolled, and I've experimented a little and tried to find the most durable, rugged tubes I could find that would be able to put up with the abuse of the postal system. And I think I've found some that'll work pretty well. So all of the prints are going to be signed by me, and all of the prints are checked for color accuracy, carefully profiled to the exact printer and paper stock to maintain, perfect accuracy. I inspect all the prints, I sign them, I pack them, I mail them myself. It's all done by me, not have anyone helping me. And obviously the lab for the printing part, but I'm very carefully involved with the entire process. And I just really want you guys to have the best quality prints that I can get you at the lowest price point possible, and I think that this is going to work really well for that. The frames that you see here are just regular stock frames from Michaels. They're just, this is a 22 by 24, I believe, and the inside mat is 16 by 20. It's got a double layer mat, and I'll see if I can link those in the description. just to kind of save you some time. And that should work for anyone living in the United States. I'm not sure if they sell overseas, but you could just find an equivalent frame at any place that sells picture frames. This is a very standard size, very easily accessible. And also these frames themselves are very affordable. So if I were to make these prints much larger, you'd have to pay quite a bit more money to get them framed. And my goal here is that the prints will be higher quality than you'll get from a lot of other artists, but at the same time dramatically more affordable. So I'm trying to kind of eat away at the quality to price point compromise. I'm trying to make them higher quality than the price point would infer. And so that's the goal here. I want to make them really accessible so that as many of you as possible can enjoy them. So, you know, to put that in perspective, for $250, you could decorate your entire downstairs of your house or something, you know, with 4 16 by 20 inch prints. And I just think that that would be a really good setup. So a lot of the time when you're decorating, you need more than one print. And so that's what I was thinking. If I bundle 2 of them together, you can actually decorate a room with 2, you know, complementary prints that go well together. I've got collections from I've got a couple of black and white images, and I've got a bunch of color images. You can put like a couple images from Zion together, or you can put the 2 black and white images together. And if you have a print that you just really want that's not listed in the print sale, please just send me a message, justin@justinlowry.com, or DM me on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and just let me know that you want to do that substitution, and I'll see what I can do for you. Also, all the prints are satisfaction guaranteed. You know, if you have any problems with the prints, just let me know and I'll make it right. I want you to be 100% happy with these prints, and I want them to last, you know, for an incredibly long time. Ideally, I would love the prints to just outlast you, you know, and just, you know, be an heirloom thing. So that's the goal. This is obviously the first time I'm offering 16 by 20 inch prints as a 2-for-1 deal. In fact, I think it's the first time I've ever done a sale of any kind on 16 by 20 inch prints. So after the sale is up, I'll stop selling these, but during the sale, there'll be an unlimited number of prints. And the sale will run for 2 weeks from now until August 16th. That's when I'm planning to wrap it up. So try and make sure that you get your orders in by then. Now, the reasoning for that time frame is that the sale starts at the beginning of August after you get your August 1st paycheck, and it ends after the 15th paycheck, so that if you have to, you can divide the, you know, the cost up between the 2 paychecks. Like, look, I'm trying everything in my power to make this accessible, reasonable, affordable, practical. I want it to be a good deal. I want it to be compelling. And if there's anything at all I can do to make this smoother for you, please let me know. You know, like if you honestly, you know, can't afford it, but you can almost afford it, like let me know and I'll see if I can work something out with you, either to pay for it later or something like that, or to get you, you know, special deal or something. I just want to say thank you so much for the outpouring of support after my last video where I was, or my previous video where I was talking about how my 4Runner broke down on the side of the road on 3 hours into my Northern California photography trip. I just want to say thank you so much for the donations. A bunch of you have donated, and it's just been really awesome to see the support for me and my work and my channel. And all of the proceeds from this print sale will go directly to supporting my photography work by allowing me to replace my truck. You can't really do landscape photography without a truck because you need to be able to get out into these locations. Right now I'm like without a vehicle, I'm just sharing my wife's car, and that's not really gonna work for landscape photography. So I need to get out of this situation and get a truck, so that's why I'm having this print sale. Now, I wanted to clear something up. Most of you guys have just been incredibly supportive. I did have like 1 or 2 people leave me like nasty negative feedback, and the kind of implication was that like I ran my truck into the ground and wasn't taking care of it, and so like who cares if you destroyed it, you know, I don't feel sorry for you. I'm not asking anyone to feel sorry for me, I'm asking you to get an amazing deal on some artwork. But the bigger thing I wanted to clarify was that I took very good care of the truck. We did 3 weeks worth of, maintenance, carefully going through that engine with a fine-tooth comb. I had it inspected by a mechanic. I spent hundreds of dollars on preventative maintenance and replacing parts before the trip, and it still was not enough because the components that failed on the engine were components that are known to have issues that Toyota knows about, that many of these 4Runners have had the same exact issue with the cooling system failure. It's a very known, very common, widely established issue with that motor. Basically, the gaskets are simply made out of a material that cannot withstand the heat put out by that motor. And so eventually they just fail, and they're buried so deeply in the engine that you cannot get to them without tearing the whole engine apart, and it's very hard and very expensive to work on. So there's a very high labor cost involved in trying to make those repairs. So that's why I was not able to make the repairs, because the labor cost was higher than the total value of the vehicle, especially when you combined it with the parts cost. So I just want to make that really clear, that the vehicle failed because of a manufacturing defect that's widely known by Toyota and by the fans of Toyota vehicles. And this is not like reflective of the way I took care of it or anything like that. It's just something that happens. It's the law of entropy. Stuff wears out when you expose it to very high heat and a lot of motion and vibration for long periods of time. So that's just kind of how it goes. Thank you once again for supporting me, my work, and my channel through the print sale. Let me know if you have any questions, and please feel free to share this video with anyone who might be interested, and like and subscribe. Until next time, stay curious.